Can I steal you for a minute?
Steal you for a minute?
Can I steal you for a minute?
Welcome to Can I Steal You for a Minute, the reality dating recap podcast. My name is Indra Raj.
And I'm Mary Bianco.
And we have so much to talk about that we're just going to get right into.
We have to.
We have to because I need to turn around and edit this. And I also need to take a shower and eat dinner. Mm-hmm. You know, all the things.
And like touch grass after how mad this episode made me. Like,
oh my God. Okay, so we are opening with our discussion of the Love Island USA reunion, which was, in my opinion, a huge waste of time. I wish I could get those 2 hours of my life back.
I feel like rage baited, as the kids say. Like I was texting Indra about this, that I was like so exhausted this summer from making content every day and agitated.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't think it's that the content was every day. I think it's this specific group of people and the fans of one particular person on this show.
Yeah.
That like I was exhausted. I watched the episode and I was like, I should have watched BIP instead, which is crazy.
Which is crazy because BIP is out of control. But I mean, I didn't even want to watch it. Mm-hmm. I watched like the first 15 minutes. I was like, Mary, do I have to? And you're like, you should, because we need to talk about it. And you are totally right. But like, honestly, if I did not host this podcast, I don't think I would have watched it. And I think I would have been all the better for it.
I would have also skipped it because, I mean, now with social media, we see clips everywhere. And also, like, it just didn't hit the same points. And everyone left that reunion feeling the exact same way, that it's just like...
Yeah.
Because I'm rewatching Vanderpump Rules right now.
Yes.
And watching how Andy goes after them during the reunions.
Right.
I'm like, him and Ariana must be sitting there like, these people are such freaking babies for what upsets them.
So fragile.
Today's audience could not handle the way Andy talks to housewives and the cast of Vanderpump Rules. They would be like... Oh my God, he's the devil. Like, how could he speak to anyone that way? He went easy on them.
Oh my God, I know. Andy was like, here's the thing. Andy Cohen is not my favorite person.
No.
Like, I do not appreciate a lot of things about him, but I do appreciate that this man is a skilled host. Mm-hmm. And I think what I appreciate about him the most is that he is at a, like, I don't give a fuck level of his career.
Yeah.
Like, if Andy Cohen got canceled tomorrow, he would be fine. Nobody cares. Like, he has been up for cancellation many times, and he just always gets a free pass. Like, he's kind of invincible in a way, which I don't love that. Like, everyone should be held accountable.
Right.
But it does mean that he can kind of go there in a reunion and ask really hard questions and be kind of an asshole. And like, he's not going to lose his job over it or anything. Right. But like, I feel like Andy is what? He's probably pushing 60 at this point.
I feel like I remember his 50th birthday being
57.
Yeah. So I was going to say, I remember his 50th birthday being pre-COVID.
So like, here's Andy, 57-year-old boomer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With these fucking Gen Z brats. And then Ariana, who I can tell him and Ariana have a very close, good relationship.
Well, they've been through the ringer together.
Yes.
Like, I just watched the Scandival reunion.
Yeah.
And I think if you watch anyone go through what she went through at that reunion, and then they're sitting next to you hosting something, that's just like an immediate...
Yes.
Bond. Oh my God, I have turmeric on my sleeve. That's so embarrassing.
I can't even see it.
Okay, cool.
Plus, I'm Indian, so I love turmeric everywhere.
Oh yeah, I made some chicken tikka masala tonight. It was good.
Hell yes, we love it.
Yeah, I think, but I also think that's where his age is playing into this a little bit, where it's like, he can't punch down too much because they are at the beginning of their careers versus like. With the Housewives of Salt Lake City, they're all like around his age and they're all independently wealthy. And it's a tough balance to strike, and you could tell that there were times where he was holding back from laughing in people's face. Like,
Yes.
I mean,
Huda, let's just
yeah.
say it. Huda is a problem.
Huda is a problem, and if you are still defending her,
Yes.
you are also a problem. She will weaponize everything against you. She was laughing as she was watching clips of her bullying other people.
Yes.
No
That was-
remorse at all.
She's so predictable, actually.
Yeah.
She's so predictable. It's fucking boring
It's
at this
boring.
point. She will never take accountability in any real way. She will deflect, and she will apologize till the cows come home, which she was called out for by Shelley at one point in the reunion for, you always say you're sorry, but then it like never really amounts to anything. And like Huda is so good at saying the words, I'm sorry, but there's nothing behind it. Like she is there for herself, and that is it.
And someone pointed this out on TikTok that Huda is the real love bomber because
Yes.
she will say, I love you, I love you, I love you. I did this to you, but like, I love you. Like, come on, I hurt your feelings in this way, but like, I love you. You know, I love you.
Yes.
And it's like, that's abusive. That is an
Yes.
abuse of a relationship and trust that you have with people to be like, I know that I hurt you, but like, I love you. Like, you know that at the end of the day, you know that it's like, it doesn't matter if you love them. You're
No.
not acting like someone who loves them. Like when she told Andy, oh, I'm only laughing because I've had a month to reflect and I can laugh at how I handle those situations because I'd be so different now. And Andy was like, so you're a totally different person after a month. I was like, she is Jax Taylor.
Yes.
She is. And if you put her on
No.
TV, she'll do it again.
And it's like, it's also like the ego, which is
Yeah.
like, I've done the work, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, Huda, don't say, like, she's also acting like she knows so much more than she does. Like,
Yeah.
Huda is what, 25 years old?
26 maybe, at 27.
I'm sorry. I know you have a child and there's a lot of like maturity that comes with even just doing that. But there are so many things that you just like don't know. And if I'm Andy Cohen listening to Huda like tell me how it is, like I would be yelling.
Yeah.
I would be so mad.
I'd be like a little like, okay, little girl.
Yeah.
I'd be Mary Cosby from Salt Lake City where you're just like, okay, little girl, like you're going
Right.
to tell me like, and I think there wasn't enough of that, but it's also like because he didn't host the season.
Yeah.
And since Ariana loves this job so much, she doesn't want to lose it. It's
Right.
a little bit like
She cannot say whatever she
no,
wants.
she can't.
And so it is an interesting pairing. And I do think that it was very noticeable the ways that Andy was picking up the hosting slack for Ariana during this reunion just because he's a seasoned professional. But that aside, I mean, the other thing that was so funny, it was kind of like it wasn't shade on Huda, but it was like his way of throwing shade was the whole like, I can't talk about my current relationship because Netflix told me I can't,
Which was a lie.
which is ridiculous.
Netflix has
and-
said we don't know what she's talking about. Netflix's bio.
Oh, Netflix said that?
Oh, Netflix's bio on Instagram right now. Hold on.
Okay, I sort of love Netflix for that. Like, that's a flex.
They did this like picture of like a billboard, and it says, "You have my permission to replace no with I can't. It's Netflix."
Oh my God.
And
Andy's just like, you can tell Netflix that this was the #1 streamed show this summer. And like, I don't know.
it also wasn't true. Like, big surprise. Huda lied. Like, water is wet.
Yes.
She just, you've already been on a red carpet with Louis before Perfect
Right.
Match ended. So you already spoiled the season that he's on. Netflix does not have you under contract because you are not on one of their TV shows. They legally cannot ask you to be bound to an NDA
No.
because you're not involved in a TV show. And she did that just to like try to play this one up card that like I don't have to talk about what I don't have to like.
Oh,
and
she's trying to pit herself above everyone else. And nothing is more unfortunate than Huda having the largest following on this cast
God,
coming
I
out of the
know.
villa by a lot.
throw the country out. I'm just done.
It's just like, why are we rewarding this type of behavior? Like, what? I don't personally know anyone who supports Huda, so I can't like have a reasonable conversation with someone about that. You know?
No, I can't.
It's just like these crazy comments that you see that you're just like, I can't even go there. So, the thing though for me that really in the reunion that I was just like, Huda, get out of here, was in the very important conversation about racism or racism was brought up by Olandria, specifically when it came to how close Olandria and Huda was. I actually thought this was interesting and stuff that I didn't really know before. Because I always saw Olandria and Huda like hanging out in the villa, but I just wasn't sure where their relationship was at by the end of the whole thing. Turns out they were very close the entire time through the end. And in the immediate aftermath, getting their phones back, like receiving a bunch of hate and whatnot, Olandra asked Huda to make a statement make a post in some way that just addresses the hate towards her and Shelley, why it's not appropriate, all of these things. All the like PR whatever aside that you're trying to figure out as a new influencer or whatever, this is your friend. And like she is sitting there and saying, I didn't know about the racism. I don't believe that for 1 second.
Well, Landria said, I told you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And
Because
it's just like,
Landria got out before Huda. So
yeah,
Landria, oh no, that's not true. They got out at the same time.
right.
Shelley got out before Huda.
Yes.
And Shelley and Olandria were obviously in contact right away. They
Right.
reached out to Huda together to say, hey, you're not doing it, but your fans in particular are
Right.
being so racist to us. Can you just make a post, a fucking story
Yes.
that just says that you don't support the racism that's ongoing? And Olandria said, literally one of your fans photoshopped my head onto George Floyd's
Yes.
body and told Huda that. And Huda has the audacity to say, I didn't know about that post. And Olandria is just like, that's the only time Olandria yelled was she was like, I told you. I told you that someone did that.
And it was totally warranted, her reaction. It was the part actually that really triggered me was when Huda kept saying, I experienced racism too. I'm like, Huda, no doubt.
I'm sure.
This is not the time for you to bring that up. This is not about you. This is like, because the way she wasn't saying it wasn't in solidarity with Olandria and Shelley. It was, but look, I've been hurt too.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
like, that's not what we're talking about here. Like, you have really betrayed two people you said you were very close with in a way that like, and I was glad that the question was asked, like, are you going to be friends going forward? And Shelley and Olandria are like, nope, we're good.
No.
And Huda's like, that's okay. We don't have to be friends. And I'm just like, if this was real, like, Huda would be like losing her shit, like crying over these women telling her they don't want to be friends with her anymore. Like, I just don't think she cared ever. We saw it in the villa. Any conversation she had with Olandria, I did notice, was always about Huda and her problems. It was never about Olandria and what she was going through. It's just like, this is not a type of person that I ever want to see on this show or like any show ever again.
It really is like peak entitlement and lack of empathy. Like the lack of empathy coming from her is astounding. And I think it's the reason why we heard that she has no long-term friends. And like she had these like very intense big friendships with people in the villa, and I think the only person who still talks to her is Amaya, and that says a lot. Like, and the fact that Huda still hasn't said anything, She gets out of she sees the reunion air, and guess what she addresses? Oh, well, I said I didn't want to talk about it because of, I felt so pressured by Andy to talk about my relationship, and I'm only comfortable opening up on my own terms, and making herself the victim, as if that's the big story of the night, is that you didn't want to talk about Louis. I don't give a fuck. Like,
No.
still not saying anything. Like, I don't understand how we're still here. And that's where, like, the comparisons between, like, Leah and Huda drive me crazy, because those are just the only reason people are making that comparison is because it's a girl of Middle Eastern descent who's friends with two black women. That's literally the only reason.
Literally.
Leah, as soon as she got out of the villa and heard that people were being fucked up to Janae and Serena,
Right.
immediately got on every single platform she could to be like, racism in my name is not okay. This is disgusting. Like, I will block you.
Right.
You're not a fan of mine. She said it on the reunion. She posted about it multiple times. Huda will not do that because she would have to admit that someone has it worse than her, and she can't do that.
Exactly. That is
can't do
exactly
that.
it. She also can't apologize.
No.
Like, in a real way. Like,
a lot of times she said,
can
I'm
say,
very
I'm sorry,
apologetic.
Yeah.
I'm apologetic, but, and it's like, if it comes with a but, it's not an apology.
No.
And yeah.
Just like, literally, I never want to see her again. I'm afraid we will, unfortunately. And I think it's just, the network reacting to the fact that she does have the most following, and that's where the money is. And it's like, you could, like, stand on your morals and, like, really just cut this woman out. Like, we don't really need this anymore. She's gonna be just fine in all the ways that she thinks she is. But I mean, leading up to that conversation, which was at the end of the reunion, there were so many specific things put into the reunion that were meant to redeem Huda in some way, to make her look good. I mean, I can't remember them all now, but there were at least 2 or 3 of them. Anyone watching would have seen them. She was cast in a positive light.
Well, the clip of, like, Shelley bullying Huda.
Oh my God.
I was like, how is this being shown alone? We had a whole compilation of Huda terrorizing the entire villa.
Right.
One clip of Shelley, and Shelley's still a mean girl. It's like, how is that?
Oh my God. And the whole, like, reveal, like, can we stop having these reveals of these?
I don't care about the conversations about who got dumped. Like, I don't care.
No, I know. And, like, Huda explaining why she was bringing Chris back, and that she actually did say it was for her and Shelley, and, like, Shelley didn't have a reason to be upset. It's like, it's not just that,
She didn't
like,
act that way. She said it.
Yeah,
but then she didn't act
like,
that way.
This
Like,
isn't like a trial with evidence. Like, there are things called feelings, and there's all sorts of ways that people interact with each other that are not perceived by other people. It's truly just like a vibe. And, like, Shelley was not getting supportive vibes from Huda. And I totally respect that Shelley was upset, like, in all the ways. Did we see Huda literally licking Ace's penis on the show?
Yeah. Not on the show, but we saw the full clip.
Okay, but they did not show that in the original show.
No. And they did not show when she turned around.
Yes.
And, like, put her ass so close to his face.
Yeah.
And, like, Ace should also be getting heat for how he acted during that, because he did spread her butt. He spread her butt cheeks during that. That is, like, what are we doing? But the fact that Huda was like, it was all consensual.
Oh, my God.
And it's like, no one is saying that you sexually assaulted Ace. Back to consent, we didn't even, the coercion thing.
Yeah.
In the bed with her and Chris obviously didn't come up, because that was assault, and we're just going to ignore that, obviously.
Yeah.
But, like, no one was saying what happened between her and Ace was not consensual. It's what you said. It's like, Shelley got her feelings hurt by you. And instead of being like, I crossed the line, I'm so sorry. She's like, but we all agreed, like, go crazy. It's a heart rate challenge. It's like, yeah, they didn't mean lick someone else's dick. They
like, never in the entirety of this show that I've seen these heart rate challenges have I seen something that wild.
Yeah.
Like, that is a lot. And Shelly was literally sitting right next to you when you did that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like she has no consideration for how that would make anyone else feel. I just think she's incapable of that type of empathy for another human being.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, like I'm done with it. I don't want to. I actually like don't even want to talk about her anymore. If there's
No.
more that we have to say about her or you want to say about anything, I'm happy to talk about it, but I'm like so done with her.
No, I think I'm pretty much done. Like
Yeah.
and I'm kind of done with like the rest of it. Like
Yeah.
there were some funny moments like Austin literally buffering out and not knowing what was going on and his weird sneakers and
Oh, I didn't even notice the sneakers. I was just like, this man can literally he's like, I'm sorry, I just zoned out for 5
I
minutes.
just don't out for 5 seconds.
I'm like, what happened to you?
had
Maybe you were
full-
always like this.
he had full sparkly bedazzled sneakers.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
And I did see, and I want to acknowledge this, he was talking about, I saw him on a podcast and he was talking about how he has a history of opioid addiction.
Okay.
And I think that tracks with a lot of his communication.
Okay.
But, they didn't address that he was like a Trump supporter and that he had all these dangerous messages against black women. And then he
Yeah.
spent they didn't even talk about Shelley and Austin being together at all.
No, they didn't even reference that, which is kind of wild because it was like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Ace and okay, I do want to talk about the 2 remaining couples we have, which is Ace and Shelley and Nicolandria.
Oh, yeah, because everyone else broke up. So,
Yeah.
big
So
surprise.
like, I don't really care about that, but I'm curious like what your impressions are just observing them at this reunion. I mean, this is all I have to go off of because I actually haven't seen a lot of the other like videos of these 2 like in other contexts, but like what are we thinking longevity wise? What's going on? The beneath the surface stuff.
I think Ace and Shelley have 2 months left. I
Okay.
think that clip really was not good for them.
Yeah.
They looked gorgeous, though. Like, even Ethan, they walked on the screen, and Ethan was like, whoa,
Yeah.
who are those 2? I was like, they look beautiful. Like, Ace looked great. Finally, no weird hat. Like, just
The glasses looked so good.
the glasses look so good on him.
I
Shelley
was like,
is-
okay, I'm attracted to Ace in this one
finally get
moment.
it. But Sahara announced today on social media that Ace has been dropped from her representation. He's no longer her client. So
You tried, Sarah.
you
did.
tried, Sahara, but
Yeah.
some people don't deserve it. I mean, the more I see Nick and Alandria, the more delusional I get about them. Like when he said she wants to do all these bucket list things and I want to be the one to make it happen for her, I'm like, I believe you. Like and make all the money you can. I don't care.
Yeah. That is like so funny. I just like I still don't understand why they will not call each other boyfriend and girlfriend.
It's so weird because they'll
Like-
say they're in love.
I don't see the spark between them. I think it is a business relationship. I think they say all the same things, all the right things. They feed people in the way they need to be fed. But
I see a
like,
spark.
if you aren't obsessed with each other, like if you are obsessed with each other, you are calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend. Like there is no way around that. I don't understand what is going on here.
But Shelly and Ace are also not boyfriend and girlfriend.
Well, that's and case and point.
Yeah.
Those 2 do not have a connection spark at all. So like what's going on here? Like I just truly, and I'm not influenced by like the comments, whatever. Like I really don't see it. And I did the most like raw reaction I saw out of Olandria, and I hate to say this, is like when Taylor addressed her.
I forgot Taylor was like even there. Well, because
I don't know. I feel like the way she lit up about Taylor throughout the season when she was with him, and even just a little bit at the reunion, I was like, ooh, I just think there was more for her in that relationship than I see with Nick. And at this point, I want to see it for them. I'm
I
like,
know.
they're here. I want this to be real. I want to support this couple. Like I really do. And I was looking for like things, and for me, the words that Nick is saying are so fucking, they are meaningless. Like saying, I want to help her check off her bucket list items. Like, Mary, come on. That shit is so cheesy and stupid.
I know, but I think he's cheesy and stupid. Like, I think you think that Nick is like smarter than this and he wouldn't come across this way in any relationship. He's not. Like,
I think he's okay. And this is where the like, get rid of all the influencers and models. Because if Nick has any sort of brain, it is in furthering his career. And how much money he's making. And he knows that if he spends a year helping Olandria check off all the bucket list items, the brand deals, the sponsorships, like he could build enough generational wealth to not work ever again in 1 year.
yeah.
And I think Olandria knows that too. And I just like, it feels like a business relationship to me. I cannot, like, this is the first time I've seen them interact really since the reunion. And like, are there clips, like, please send me the videos and clips of them where they seem authentically in love with each other. I need to see them because I don't see it.
I do. So I can't trust my judgment to like send you clips because I thought at the reunion, like they were cute. Like when she was upset, he was like very protective over her. I feel like with Taylor, the only thing I saw was like disgust. Like when he said, "You still my dog,"
Ugh.
the rage flicker behind her eyes where she was just like, and just didn't say anything. I think she's like embarrassed that she spent this much time.
That could be true.
With this loser. Like Taylor comes to the reunion and he can barely talk. And then
Oh my God.
him and Clark have no chemistry whatsoever. They're just like sitting next to each other. Like there's no body language between them. Like maybe they're not in love, but I think her and Nick are having fun together. Like I think they are enjoying this moment in the spotlight. I think they are at the very least very best friends and are having good sex. And I hope that that's how it works out for them for the next however long.
I hope they're having good sex. Who knows?
I mean, that's what Andy asked her.
Oh, did I miss that?
Well, he said, was the journey worth the wait?
Oh.
And she went, my journey or my journey?
Oh.
And Nick said, that's why they don't call me Big Belgian for nothing. And she said, my journey was very worth the wait.
Okay. All right. I think I was maybe like somehow pulled away at that point.
Probably. I mean, anything else is more important than this. This is just like so dumb.
You know what? I think what it is like when I think back on the full season, including this reunion, I'm like, what are the genuine like moments of like love and affection that I remember from the season? And it's interesting because I feel like that Hannah and Charlie almost reunion was like the closest thing. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Like that felt more real to me than any of these other relationships that have come out of this season. And I think that in and of itself says a lot.
I think I was just like distracted because I forgot what a loser Charlie is.
Yes.
Like in his clips where he's like, oh, that's baseball, boys. Yeah.
Oh
like
my
I was just like,
God.
oh my God, he's so cringe and such a loser. And like when they just had him backstage and he was like trying to get everybody riled up, I was like, oh God, this red pilled weirdo. Like,
But I think him and Hannah, at the moment that they were connecting in the villa right before he got sent home, like I remember being like, oh my God, I'm
that was
rooting
a
for this
moment.
couple because they seem really into each other. Like honestly, since then, I don't think I really experienced much of that. Like people are going to hate me for saying this, but like I think when Nick and Sierra reunited, I felt that too between them, and then that quickly dissipated. And who knows what that was. And because of whatever, I'm just like, I'm willing to put that aside. But I think what my point is like, those moments were so lacking this season that I think I'm just like, I can't believe anything that's coming out of this. So that's probably like heavily coloring the way that I see Nick and Olandria. Again, like I am like, this is here to stay, so I want to get behind it. So I think I'm gonna seek out some more content of them interacting because I feel like that's my only way of like really, and I don't know. I hope they're having fun. Of course they're having fun. They're making so much money.
Yeah. And some relationships are built on a lot worse. So
True.
like we'll see how it goes. Amaya did announce that her and Brian are broken up. It was so clear to me at the reunion that they were already broken up. Like,
Yeah.
they didn't have their arms around each other. Like, they didn't spend a lot of time talking about them.
Nope.
They had no energy whatsoever.
Iris
Oh my
and
God.
Pepe, done.
Done.
Just
Apparently, he
like-
cheated on her in a hotel lobby, which is just so crazy. Like, yeah.
I'm just like, I wish they'd just cut that part of the reunion out because it
Yeah.
was outdated at that point. But it's just like, this is the thing. It's like, I almost am like, if Love Island USA, you need to do live reunions.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much coming out every minute that, like, we can't, a week or 2 weeks or however long it was between the reunion and when it aired, it was like, that's like months.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, like, it wasn't immediate enough. Honestly, I wish they just hadn't done it. I don't think we needed it.
No, I don't think we need it either. Like, Love Island UK is not getting one, and I think that's also for the best. Like,
Yes.
I don't necessarily need to see where they end up.
No, I just need, like, an article that tells me everything I need to know. I don't need
Yeah.
to sit through, like, an hour of stupid questions and whatever. You know, it's like, whatever. But here, the last thing I want to say about this is, like, next season, they better not cast one influencer, one model, one, like, person with obvious, like, not even just, like, tendencies to destroy the whole vibe in the
Yeah.
villa. I don't want anyone who's into, like, purity culture.
No.
These are my limits. I don't want any of these things.
I'm done.
I don't want anyone with over 2,000 followers on Instagram.
It's hard to find.
Well, find it.
Yeah,
Because I
figure it
know
out.
when you get 100,000 applications, there's 10 people in that
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
can fit that description. Like, honestly, I think the influencer thing, I think Huda ruined the season, and then I think it was the influencers. I think it was people there for the wrong reasons and too media ready
Yeah,
to
I
be
agree.
authentic during the actual filming of the show and then afterwards. And it's just
I
like,
agree.
it sucked.
Yeah,
It was a
really-
bad season.
It
That's-
sucked. Yeah, it
that's
was
what
terrible.
It was.
It was terrible.
We watched the whole thing.
And I'll never get those 2 hours back. I could have been asleep.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'll never get that back.
Never get it back. We're done. Okay, so done with that. Let's talk about Bachelor in Paradise. This last episode, which was kind of like 2 episodes in one, because they were like,
I know.
yeah, they
'cause the-
really crammed a lot in.
The rose ceremony happened, and then we still had 25 minutes left. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, and I'll say, I still hate the format. I still
Yes.
think it sucks.
Yes.
Within this format, this is the episode that I've enjoyed the most, kind of by a lot.
Yeah. They brought in the love aspect and
Yeah.
like the real human feelings. Again, like just in the way the last episode truly felt like a game of Survivor and it was all about like scheming and game playing. This episode was like even that like circle of trust with the women where they were talking about, you know, where they were at in their relationships and stuff like that. Even just that was enough to be like, okay, this is how people really feel.
Yeah.
I didn't know that before now.
And that's like the part that's been like and even though like, you know, that's a fake relationship therapist who is also clearly blind.
Yeah, like what was that woman?
But at least they were like bringing in some of their relationship tropes where they have someone come comment on what makes a good relationship. Like it's, you know, terrible advice. It's like, oh, a couple that laughs too much together has no chemistry. It's like, you're an idiot. Like,
Yeah, like the Alex and Andrew thing. I'm like, this is the only couple
they were so
that I'm rooting
cute
for.
together.
And like you don't know these people and like if you did, you would know how perfect this pairing is.
Yeah.
They are weird in exactly the same ways. They complement each other so well. Like they are immature, but they can see that in one another
Yeah.
and like support that in a way that's super sweet.
Yeah, there's like an innocence and a fun to them that they shouldn't be
Yes.
punished for. Like when she was like, she's telling you how she wants to be kissed at the end of the world. And you're saying, no, this is how I'm going to do it. It's like they're joking around.
Yes.
And he did eventually kiss her the way that she asked him to.
Yeah.
So what?
I'm just like, you're so boring.
Yeah.
Therapist.
Yeah,
like,
therapist. Dale and Kat
Oh
get number
my-
one placement.
like my feelings of trying to redeem Kat this season have all gone to, they're gone.
I know.
This woman cannot enjoy herself
No.
if she tried. Like, she always has to be in distress.
Yeah.
And while she's been better at like not yelling at people this season, which I was like, oh, this is improvement, I realized this episode that like she's incapable of having a good time.
Yeah. When she's at the dinner and the bugs aren't bothering anybody else, everyone's just kind of sitting right there with the bugs, and she is swatting the bugs so aggressively. Multiple people around her are like, Kat, you are hitting me. Like Jess had to be like, Kat, you're hitting me as you're sitting here trying to get these bugs away from you. Like, and I get a phobia. Don't go to Costa Rica if you have a bug
No.
phobia.
No, like if it is like I understand that. Like she totally broke down and like Dale, I don't know, rose to the occasion a little bit. Like
Kinda.
I don't think they showed a lot of the ways that he didn't rise to the occasion.
Of course not.
Also, the amount of sweat pouring off of him was
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah,
I don't
terrifying.
Really know
Yeah.
how else to describe it.
Yeah.
I was like, is he gonna dehydrate just from sweating?
I was so relieved when they pulled them inside because I was like, you
my
cannot make
God.
them sleep out here.
Yeah, insane. It was. I just like if any couple deserved to get that, it was Alex and Andrew.
100%.
And like the lady had to come up with some stupid reason why they didn't get it because she's an idiot. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole
You're-
thing was just like, okay, whatever. Also, like Spencer and Jess, like
Yeah,
they
they
could have gotten it.
they handled it so. The person that you should be with is the person you can laugh
Right.
through, like building IKEA furniture together. And that's
Yes.
essentially what this was. Like,
Yes.
such an annoying task. If you can just keep giggling and make it through, like that reflects such a healthy couple versus like one person is literally always freaking out and the other person always has to calm them down. Like that's
Right.
not a relationship. That's exhausting. Like that's I don't know. Even I thought like Keith and Kathy's relationship, how vulnerable and sweet that was, earned more relationship
Yes.
points. I know platonic. They won me over this episode. I was like the two of them
Oh my God. I knew the minute
are stars.
Keith talking about his daughters, I was like, Mary's really gonna, and I felt it too, but I was like, Mary's like really gonna like.
I
this
cried
is gonna
when
get her.
When he was like, just thinking about this, like, if I leave right now, I can still make the camping trip.
Oh my God. Because then I was like, wait, are his daughters in college? And then I remembered, like, no, they're in like middle school and high school, right?
And he's like raising them by himself.
Yeah, like
I think the youngest is 20. So I think they are all in college, but they're not in their 30s. They don't have their own families. Like they're,
no. And you know what was also super sweet and was an example of like Alex being able to really express
my God.
herself was when she was sitting with him and some of the other girls explaining why his presence was so comforting to them and breaking it down and really saying it in like a supportive and lovely way. I was like, Alex, this is the Alex I love. Here
And
she is.
It's exactly what he needed to hear too, because I think he's been feeling what we've been seeing as viewers is that like the Goldens are kind of like this side thing that's been like pushed to the background, that their place doesn't really matter there. And so for Alex and the girls to say like, no, your place is so important to us here because if you sign off on the guys that we're with,
Right.
then we know that our dads would probably also like them because you love us like you're our dad. And he was
Yeah.
like, his entire experience changed from that. Instead of feeling like he's just there because like of happenstance or he's an annoyance like Jeremy has made him constantly feel.
Right.
He really got to see how special he's been to everybody. And I think Kathy too, like,
Yes.
and what they've been to each other, like when they were just
Yeah.
sitting and she just goes, you really are such a sweet man. And he goes, you're an awesome person. You're so beautiful. Our love is out there. It's
I
going to be so
know.
great. And she goes, we're cut from the same cloth, but I have more hair. Like, it just was like,
It was a very genuine and sweet moment.
Yeah.
And it was like, ultimately, and that's what I was saying about Love Island USA in terms of like wanting to see these real, raw connections between people. That's what we want from these shows.
I know. Like,
you know, it doesn't even have to be romantic. It's like we want people to like love each other.
yeah, no matter what it is, like, I want to see friendship. I want to see
Yes.
different, even like, you know, Jonathan and Leah saying to each other, like, you'll be such a good partner when your time comes. Like, the person that's going to be with you is so lucky.
Yes.
That's so nice. And then, like, watching Alex not being, you know, being nervous to tell Andrew that she's falling in love with him, and him saying, like, I'll say it first so it's less nerve-wracking for you. Like, those were such
Oh.
heartfelt, sweet moments that didn't feel like heavy-handed.
No, they were
Yeah.
real. And I mean, they had these real love stories. Like Alex and Andrew and Spencer and Jess are like real love stories.
They're
that-
like OG Bachelor in Paradise
yes.
relationships. Like, we would be seeing an engagement next week if they didn't have to deal with this other bullshit of these games.
Oh
Like,
my God, I know. And it's like even the stuff with like Bailey and Jeremy where I'm like, these two should not be together.
Yeah.
It is like there are real feelings being like reckoned with in
Yeah.
that situation. And so like they have all the ingredients for a good normal Bachelor in Paradise season, but they've just like fumbled the ball so hard. I mean,
Yeah.
the part with Alex and Andrew when they then like whispered to each other like I actually do love you after saying I'm falling in love with
Yeah,
mean,
like, I
it
love you.
was-
Yeah.
Oh, it was such a sweet and genuine moment. I was just like, this is amazing. I love this. Like, you're right. I think this was actually the best episode of the season.
By far. And like, not even getting into like, you know, the tent thing, I was just kind of like, okay. And we could have done these compatibility challenges without the money. Like,
Right.
it's just this looming, and then the reveal for next week
Yeah.
that you don't get to leave with a relationship and split 500K. It's you pick the money or you pick love. So
Oh God.
that is really fucked up. Like,
It's really fucked up. It's just like one of a million reasons where they like truly just did not think this through. There's no point of view to this season. There's no through line. It's just a bunch of let's try this, let's try this, let's try this. Let's go for the shock factor as much as we can instead of just being like, hey, these are people who could fall in love. Many of them are falling in love.
yeah.
And like, let's just watch that together.
I would have loved to just watch it. And it's like, maybe we would have missed out on the platonic couples, but it's also like, no, sometimes people just stay for the rose and stay in a platonic couple,
Yeah.
hoping that someone else comes. Like, when you cut off so early having new people join,
Yes.
there's always that element of the platonic couples that like they're doing this for each other to meet the new person while
Right.
still being appreciated by someone else. Like, I thought that was,
Yes.
that whole thing was so sweet.
Also, the gamification cut potential couples that I think could have, like, Kim and Faith
Yeah.
would have ended up together. Like, they're still together.
Yeah, they're still together.
I would have loved to see that relationship.
Me
more.
too.
Even Brian and Parisa, like, I was glad when they left because it was painful to see Parisa going through that. But
We deserve to see that breakup play out on the beach.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yes.
Is like, that would have been like this season's messy breakup where you
Yep.
think this couple's going so well and then he gets tempted by going on a date with someone else and
yep.
all that. But because these decisions had to happen so quickly, it just was like,
And I think they realized that. Like, I'm wondering if this was the original release schedule for the show. I feel like maybe they cut an episode.
it's
and-
short.
And they decided to. One smart thing they did on this episode was they cut down the emphasis on the challenges.
Yep.
They focused on the real human connections that were happening, showing us that footage. And they condensed it basically to what would have been two separate episodes into one. And I'm
Yeah.
so thankful they did. It was
Me
an
too.
entertaining episode. It kept me, it was what I wanted
Yeah.
from this season the whole time.
I just love seeing how over it Wells is. Like, he also clearly thinks the challenges are really stupid.
Yes.
Because they were like, oh, Dale and Kat won. He goes, that's
No.
wrong. That's
I
not
know
right.
Wells is like off my shit list a little bit.
Yeah, he's been pretty funny.
He's been pretty good this season. Even Hannah on this episode was able to like say some real things in that girl chat.
Imagine you just use people in their capacity and they can do good things.
Yes, like anyway, so yeah, next week will be interesting. Honestly, the way they edited the preview, it felt like confusing timeline wise. Like all the couples were still there, even though apparently 2 of them are getting eliminated. Like, I don't know.
And then they bring Sean and Alicia back. I don't know what.
I don't see how this ends well. Like,
If Sean and Alicia come back
yeah.
and try to expose Kat for having a boyfriend, that's why the therapist made them win, so they couldn't get eliminated until Sean and Alicia could come back.
That's probably true.
And then I'm coming for you guys. Just kidding. The Fed's not doing anything. Are you getting, this is such a tangent, are you getting more spam phone calls than ever in your life?
That's been happening to me for a few years. Like, I get like probably 3 to 5 per day.
Me too.
Yeah.
And they've picked up so much, and someone said it's because one of the agencies that cracks down on consumer fraud, Trump cut.
Yeah.
So anyway, tangent, but that's his fault. I literally was just
I got a
getting one.
very like concerning letter from Wells Fargo being like, your request for this credit card was denied. I was like, I never applied for this.
I didn't do that.
So I'm like, I fully just like ignored it. Well, I don't know.
I mean, you don't have to pay. I'm getting them.
No,
from,
I should follow up on this. Like, this is
with
actually
Wells Fargo,
concerning.
but
yeah.
not.
Like
Not the number
something
they gave you.
happened that shouldn't have, and I did not follow up on it. But
I was just getting a spam call. I've been getting them since 8 a.m. this morning. I'm just
yeah,
like,
and you probably get calls from unknown numbers a lot, so you need to answer.
yeah.
Oh, that sucks. See, I just
don't.
ignore all of them.
Now I just don't. I'm like, you can leave me a voicemail. And
Yep.
the spams do, which is so
They do.
annoying.
I know. This is where the like text to voicemail thing is very helpful.
Anyway, sorry about that. I just got distracted.
No,
but-
I mean, I don't think there's anything else to say about
No, that's all
Bip.
I had.
We'll recap the finale next week. I don't have predictions for how it will end. It will be one way or another, and then it will be over, and we can all move on.
I think Jess and Spencer will get engaged. I think
Yes.
Alex and Andrew will
Will
leave in a
leave.
relationship.
Yes. I don't think they're ready to get engaged.
And I would be surprised if either of those couples were broken up right now.
Yeah. I mean, Spencer and Jess, like, in our DMs, pretty
Yeah.
sure. Oh, speaking of in our DMs, Jeremy
Oh.
officially has unfriended us.
He broke up with us.
He's mad at us.
He wrote unsubscribe,
He's so,
and I just laughed back.
I tried, Jeremy. Sorry. You're too into yourself. You take yourself way too seriously.
Way too seriously.
And the part where he's like, I'm pretty sure Bailey's in love with me.
I think I could get there if I
think
tried.
I could get there. I'm like, get out of here. This woman deserves so much more than that.
And the question was not whether or not you cheated. So being like, I've never cheated on anyone in my life. The question was, would you go back to an ex?
Yes.
Or would you harbor feelings for an ex? Not if you cheated.
And you're surprised when you literally called Susie a week ago? Like,
Yeah.
come on, Jeremy.
And your defense of not cheating coming out of nowhere was very telling to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it's mutual.
It's all good.
We're broken up.
Bye, Jeremy.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So, last things last. Actually, I am most excited to talk about Love is Blind UK because things really picked up in these past 4 episodes.
They were great episodes.
Very great, really interesting dynamics coming out between some of these couples as we meet their families. Can we start with Cal and Sarover?
Yeah.
I need to know your reactions.
They have lasted longer than I thought because now we've seen the preview of their wedding.
Yes.
I still don't buy it, but I also can't tell if that's the edit because
Right.
Sarover's mom was so concerned about this process and texting her like crazy, like, end it. And the way the edit went, Cal won her over very, very quickly and in a
Yes.
very big way. And actually, Cal DM'd us because I made a meme that was like, it was like, what do you like about my daughter? And the response was like, we both like fitness. And he was like, I promise it's the edit. Like,
Yeah, no, it absolutely was the edit. Like,
yeah.
that could not have been the whole conversation.
No, and you could tell by how won over she was by
Right.
it. That is good. I still don't know if they'll get married. They're so different. Like,
yeah.
she's so posh
Yeah.
and her family's so put together and so like, and I'm only mentioning that because these are things that we've seen be issues in the
Yeah.
UK before. That
Yep.
that this posh versus tradey, not posh energy, this tradition is very real. And Sorover's family is like so clearly highly educated. They value career.
Right.
They they're all very poised. They're all very pulled together. And Cal's family is like, you know, a bit more, I guess I would describe them in the US as like blue collar. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not making
Judgments.
a
no.
value judgment on anything, but these things are important to talk about and they haven't really addressed it. Like, because one of the things that come between a marriage is money differences and how you talk about it.
Yes.
And that's a big, they're so focused on the fact that like he's half Pakistani and she's Indian and that's
Right.
and I'm like, I actually don't think that that's the biggest cultural divide here. I think the cultural divide is status.
Is class.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's really astute to pick up on. I also think that South Asians value marriage so highly that they're sometimes willing to look over stuff. The other thing that Cal really has going for him, I'm just going to say this. I can say this because I'm Indian.
Yeah.
Like, posh ass Indians like that are so fucking shallow. Like, and Cal's hot man
He's
with
so
blue
hot.
eyes. He's light skinned, light complexion. They're gonna like that. Like, this is all stuff that I think is abhorrent and terrible.
Yeah.
But that family is gonna value those things.
Yeah.
And so those things to me, I'm like, I really could see this going either way. Like,
Yeah.
I could see it working in ways that it probably shouldn't, and the class things then showing up to like bite them in the butt.
Yeah.
It may be that they like work those things out between now and the altar. I don't think there's time for that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It's interesting to me that the tension, if any, that they've kind of brought up in their relationship beyond this like parent thing is like between them is that Cal is very particular about his space, and in past situations he's like not been able to let other women into his space. And like I really loved the exchange that they had at that dinner that they went to where he was like, I've not even had like any feelings this way before. I've always had this issue with past situations where I've gotten close with people. And Sorover was like, I'm so glad you didn't even tell me that because I think I would have acted a different way. And I just like, that was like one of the times where I really saw them like very much connecting as a couple. And that also was like, oh, maybe there's hope for these two.
I think so. I wonder also if it was a comfort to Sorover to see that his mom is blonde and his grandma's blonde.
Yeah.
And that's just the women that he knows.
I
And not
know.
necessarily his type. Like if I was her and I saw that, I'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
So his dad married a blonde woman and had children with a blonde woman.
Right.
He's just following that.
Yes.
It's not actually his preference. Like it's what he knows to be. Yeah.
Right, totally. And I'm trying to remember back. I think they are non-traditional in the sense that like both of their parents are divorced, right? Like I think Sorover's parents are divorced.
Sorover's dad, yeah.
And I think they were the couple where it happened to them both like later in life when they were like 18 or something.
I think you're right.
So I think that's why we didn't meet either father yet. Like I assume we will in the like altar situation.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to see them get engaged, but I would like to see them date a little bit longer and see if they can work, you know.
Yeah, I just feel like, and I think this happens a lot on this show, she's like raising him a little bit.
Yeah.
Like she's going to try to bring him up to her level.
Yeah.
in terms of like being an adult and independence and all this stuff, because she has like really built such a big life for herself,
Right.
that I don't know if I don't know what the future would look like with that going on.
Right. Did we see Cal's apartment ever? No.
I think he lives at home.
because the discussion was that he was going to like move to London with her.
I think he lives with his mom.
You know, I think Cal can fake it. And I think like there could be ways in which the show gives him enough status and ability to move beyond just being like the gym owner or whatever, that like it could be enough for her family. I think it's enough for Sorober. I really do. I think she's okay with like his job and everything. Do you not
think
feel
so.
like that?
No, I just don't think it's like being talked about. I think it's just like
Right. It
looming
hasn't
in the
been
air.
discussed.
And I'm like, is it gonna be like the Maria and Tom relationship where they get to
Yes.
the altar and she's like, oh, and he made me feel insecure in X, Y, and Z ways? Like, is this gonna be one of those things that kind of feels like it comes out of nowhere?
Right.
Or if I'm just being like, if I'm being biased about my own perceptions of what their lives would look like together, I can't tell.
No, I think it's like you're right. Like they haven't even discussed it.
No.
So there's no footage they could show us involving tension around that
Right.
topic because it has not been discussed,
No,
which
'cause
is a
it's-
red flag.
Because it's not enough time to get into
Right.
that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you know, me and Ethan have been together for almost 10 years, and there's not as much a class distinction in the United States, whatever. And both of us grew up very comfortable, very charmed, whatever.
Yeah.
His family has more money than mine, and it's only really the ways that it's peaking up are
Yeah.
only coming up now. And we've been together for 10 years, like as we're having a child. That's the only way
Yeah.
it's coming up now, is the certain ways that money played a role in our childhoods, is how
Right.
it's like being discussed and what our current financial situation is going to look like for our child. So it's kind of like those things take a long time
Yep.
to come up. And
Yep. And it's often when big life changing
Yeah.
things where you are, you know, having a kid is like a huge financial change.
yeah,
And thing to consider, you know, in terms of your income and expenses and all the
'Cause
rest.
they're not paying for their own wedding. So that's like probably another time that
Also-
couples really talk about
right.
finances and
Engagement
expectations
ring
around this.
free.
Yeah, all that's free. And so it's all this stuff that like other couples have to talk about to like
Right.
plan these things.
Right.
Like, or like applying for an apartment together. That was the first time we were like, is your credit score good? Because we started dating when we were 22.
Yes.
So we
yeah.
were like, is your credit? I was
So,
like, my
yeah.
credit's pretty good. Is your credit good? Like, are we?
No, totally. But the thing is, like, we have seen these discussions happen
Yeah.
on this show
Yeah.
many times. It's interesting that maybe they've talked about
Maybe
it. and
they have. I don't
everything's
know.
Good. Like,
Yeah.
maybe, you know, he does own his own business. So maybe he's just raking it in and
Yeah.
like his salary is enough to make her feel comfortable or whatever. Part of me feels like the South Asianness of her parents specifically, they would have asked those questions.
Yeah.
And like maybe we haven't seen it, but like there are going to be the first question she's going to ask is the mom's going to ask is like, what's your job?
Yeah.
Like, number one, the stereotypes are true. What's your job? Is it going to provide for my child and your family? Like, this
Yeah.
is a real thing. So I imagine they talked about that. I don't know.
I just wish I wish we saw it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they didn't. Like, maybe there's just something. But yeah. Okay.
I don't
Well, we
know.
talked about that enough.
Yeah.
probably.
Have you heard of Zarna Garg?
Yes.
So she was on Amy Poehler's podcast this week, so I listened to her, and she was talking about like
She is so funny.
how when she was like 16 years, and she's Indian, and so from India.
Yes.
And so when she was like 16 years old, her mom had died when she was 14, and her dad was just like, well, got to get these girls married off. And like, she was like, I didn't realize until I came to America how traumatic that was. That
Yeah.
it was just like, and why my dad wasn't understanding why like, she's like, no one, Amy's like, oh, that must have been horrible. And she's like, yeah, no one really saw it was a problem that he was like
No.
trying to marry his 17-year-old to a 27-year-old. They were like, he's rich. I don't get what and he'll probably let her finish college. I don't get what the big deal is.
Oh,
And I
my
was just like,
God.
that's so funny to not have this trauma around being forced into this thing. And I was like, that's such great perspective on it that like,
Yeah.
that she could have looking back at her life, where she's like, yeah, no, it was totally normal to everybody. And like, it's mostly fine from what I can tell. I just didn't want to
Right.
do it. And that's why I like ran away from home. Not because like, I was like,
Yes.
oh, my dad's torturing me. Like, it was so interesting. And it just kind of like, I was thinking about them specifically a lot while I was listening to that episode. Because
Yeah.
she talked about arranged marriage for such a long time
Yeah.
that I almost was like, if there is a history of arranged marriage, at least on Sorover's family side, they're probably not that freaked out
Yes.
by this, but they
No.
they were freaked out. So I guess that kind of,
They weren't freaked out about the marriage.
yeah,
If you like, it was very clear, and this is also like Sorover did say this. It's like the wedding is important,
yeah,
and like it's not about that. Like the mom wants to have a big flashy wedding, and this is not the way she imagined it.
yeah.
That's the issue.
Interesting.
That's what it felt like to me. And I think, yeah, the actual like getting married, it really is like, there doesn't need to be this like deep connection or whatever. It's like, do these puzzle pieces align?
Even like Zarna, who's been with her husband for like, I think 30 years now, is like,
Yeah.
we don't have a super romantic connection. We're best friends, but I'm never going to tell him I love him. That would ruin my whole relationship. And I'm just like, and they're perfectly happy. Their kids are well adjusted. I'm like, this is so
Yeah.
interesting. Like,
I mean, that's like my parents.
yeah.
Like the words "I love you" was not uttered in my household.
Crazy.
Like ever. But
Yeah.
of course I felt love.
Yeah.
It was all around me. But
Wasn't said.
it's just a very different cultural difference. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I think a lot will be revealed, obviously.
I'm
in the
excited
end
to see it.
here. It's just been like, I believe in them a lot more than I did before.
Me too. It's like before I was like 100% no, they're going to break up soon. And then
Right.
now I'm like, and you're right, it was that dinner scene where I was like, oh, they seem like a real couple now.
Yeah.
And I think we'll wish that they didn't have the pressure of the wedding, like that they
Right.
could just,
Date.
yeah, just be. But it's hard to date if one of you says no at the altar. Like that never
no.
really works.
I don't really know how you recover from that. I
You
think
can't.
a lot of people on the show have made the mistake of thinking that is going to be a possibility. And it's just like, no,
It's
dude.
not.
If
Yeah.
it's not now, we're done. Okay, so other couples we think are going to make it. Kieran and Megan,
Yeah, I think they'll make it. And I think that
Jed and Barta.
Jed and Barta. Kieran and Megan proved to me that they will make it in that confrontation with Javen.
Right.
So we have to talk about that, obviously. But
Yeah,
Kieran,
let's talk about it.
yeah, Javen sucks, and thank God Katisha is free of this liar and cheater. He cheated. We all know he cheated.
100% he made out with what's her name in the
Sophie.
photo booth.
Oh, we were going in there to have an argument. Well, what were you arguing about? Well, there wasn't even a curtain. What were you arguing about? And oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Spleen, Patrick is your alibi. I've never
Oh.
believed you were guilty more than that.
I'm like, look to this man to validate what's going on. Like, disgusting. Disgusting. Javen is he's very smooth. He's very convincing.
Yeah.
I could see why Katisha was like almost convinced by him.
Well, 'cause
And I
he'll-
think it was the right call to like literally write him a note and leave.
Yeah, because he would convince her to stay.
Yes.
And I almost made a meme about it, but I couldn't quite capture the smile. He will smile and say the most
Yes.
devastating thing to you. Like, and when they were having that conversation where she's talking about how she wants to eat dinner with him,
Yes.
and he's going, well, I work late like 4 times a week. So like I work
Yeah.
until 9 4 times a week. And then, so if you want to eat dinner that late, then like, whatever. And she's like, oh yeah, like I go to the gym after I go to work. So
I eat late too. Yeah.
I eat from 9, around 9:30 to 10:30. He goes, I'm in bed by 10. When were you?
Like, he clearly eats while he's at work or something.
Or
I
he just
don't
didn't want to hang
know.
out with her. Like, he just hoped that
No.
saying he wanted to eat late would be enough that, like, he could go out without her. She was fully crying.
Yes.
And he left to go hang out with the rest of the crew. And the next day she goes, "Could you tell that I was upset that you left?" And he goes, "No."
Oh my God. That stuff was just like, who is this guy? And here's the thing is like, I'm not a Katisha fan either.
No.
I think you made your choices with this man.
Yeah.
And I did not love how she spoke to Demila when they met up.
No.
She was very dismissive of his experience. She didn't apologize. And I do think that he deserved an apology.
Yeah. I think saying to him, like, yeah, it's just good with Javen is not fair. Like, he deserved to have you validate how he felt.
Yes.
And say you were sorry. When he said, like, nice guys finish last, that's the saying.
Yeah.
You kind of need to take a little bit of accountability for why he feels that way and, like,
Yes.
how you misled him. And it's like, though at that time you felt like it led you in the right place,
Yeah.
this is still a person that hurt you. And he still said, "I'll be one of your cheerleaders here." Like, what a gem. He's Freddie. He's the Freddie of the season.
He's the Freddie. He's our baby boy.
He's our child, and
And we
I
love
want him to be
forever.
happy.
And I don't want him to be with Katisha. So I
No.
was glad that they didn't rekindle anything.
And he wouldn't.
No,
I don't think
no,
he
I don't
would've.
think he would have. I
Yeah.
think he had too much respect for himself, and especially after that, I was just like, Katisha, like, you cannot admit any wrongdoing here. Like,
No.
the fact is, you fully told him. You didn't say just not to worry. You said, like, you are the one. I don't remember exactly what she said, but there was no gray area.
Yeah, she said, "I've made my decision."
Yes, we are moving forward together in this. I'm going to break up with Javen.
Yep.
And then total 180. Literally, all it took was Javen saying 3 nice words about her.
Yep.
And it's just like, I don't want to like victim blame or whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, I think Katisha like has a lot of stuff to work through.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that you can be mean to other people at the same time. Do you
Right.
know
It's
what
like
I mean?
two things can be true.
Yeah.
You can be deceived and you can be
Yes.
sorry for how that deception led you to hurt other people. Like,
Yes.
and I think that that's the thing here is that she was deceived. Javen
Yeah.
is very competitive and
Yeah.
just wanted to win and said all the right things to win. And it's okay to acknowledge that and say like if she had apologized after they were broken up, I think maybe she'd have a little bit more like foresight to say like,
Yeah.
"I'm really sorry because I was deceived in this very specific way
Right.
that I ended up hurting you."
Yes.
And that, because that is true. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but because they had the conversation while they were still together, she couldn't admit that she had made a mistake at all, because then it would affirm, she was already having doubts about Javen.
Right.
It would affirm those doubts that like she had made a mistake if she apologizes to Demila, but instead she has to be like, "It was the right decision for me, so it's okay."
Ugh, the whole thing was just like whatever. I'm glad that Katisha ended it before they like went down the aisle and all that.
Yeah.
Because you just know where that's going, and getting more family involved and dresses and whatever. It's just like, no.
Her
let's
family
just-
was cracking me up when they were like, "And we're getting married," and the sister was like,
The sister with the glasses
To
was
him?
like, oh my God, I'm obsessed. I was so glad you made a meme using
Oh, yeah.
that. I was like, that is the most memeable image I've seen all
It's like-
season.
I can't believe it. And I wanted to also make a meme, but I couldn't figure it out, where it's like Javen and Katisha are at dinner together
Yeah.
and Javen goes, "No more Demila talk, it's boring." And then they sat in silence.
Yes.
They had nothing else going for them besides the fact that she almost picked someone else.
No, exactly. And like literally that he just wanted to have sex with someone, anyone. Could have
Yeah.
been anyone.
Could have been anyone.
I mean, that man is not made for a relationship. Like, he
No.
sees women and he wants to flirt with them and have sex with them.
Yeah, I mean, that party, he wasn't just flirting with Sophie. Like,
Yeah.
he and Anu were
Anu?
flirting.
Yeah.
I was like, "Anu, get away from him. You have terrible taste in men."
Oh my God, I know. Anu, though, being like, what did she say about Patrick? Like,
What's it like seeing Patrick? Very underwhelming.
yeah. You want her at the party.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. You're a
Anu is the
liar.
life of the party.
Yeah.
And I just love that she's just like, Patrick, you're a waste of my time. Like,
Yeah.
you're a liar.
You're a
Wouldn't even let him
liar.
speak. I was like, yeah. No one wants to hear what this man has to say.
No.
It's all just a bunch of like new agey tropes that don't actually mean anything and just validate all of his bad behavior when he can't take accountability for anything. So,
Yeah.
Okay, I think the last couple to talk about is Billy and Ashley, which is
Well, I still want to talk about like the confrontation with Javen because I do
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
that
Okay,
was
go.
like so. Kieran and Megan, I think will get married. They're
Yes.
very cute together. She fit right in with his friends. Like they're one of those couples where there's not even a lot to say because they seem
just
like
love
they've
each
been
other.
together for a really long time.
yeah.
And when Megan was like, I need to tell my friend what happened.
Yeah.
There was no hint of like Kieran was like, I've grown close to Jav, but like you have to do what you have to do
want-
by your
yeah.
friend. And we
Yep.
both know what we saw.
Yep.
And he didn't let Javen like stomp Megan around. He was just like, you are wrong in this.
Yeah.
And you made her cry and don't yell at her. Because the most passion we saw from Javen the entire season was when he was yelling at Megan.
100%.
And that's because he's most comfortable lying. And that's
And he was that the whole purpose of that conversation, he in his own words was to clear his name.
Yep.
It was not to make amends or whatever. It was to clear his name. And it's just like, I just appreciated that Megan was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
This is what I saw. I'm not backing down from this. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Done. And yes, Kieran totally stood by her. And like, yeah, like Kieran and Megan are both just like kind of boring,
Yeah, they're just like hot. They'll have fun.
attracted to each other.
Yeah.
Like they'll have a very happy, easy life.
And like
seems
same
like.
with Jed and Barda, where it's
Yes.
like they want to just cook for each other and be there for each other and have a million children and like
Oh my God. And their families, their parents. Oh my God.
so cute. And like they, I normally don't like when people are like, oh, he puts me in my soft girl era. It seems like Barda needs it. Like she's been
Yes.
taking care of people her entire life. She's been
Yes.
taking care of herself her entire life. Like, when she said her mom doesn't speak English very well.
Yeah.
When she said she had to translate from the doctor to her mom, you have cancer.
Yeah.
I was just like, that is something that so many kids of
Yeah.
immigrants deal with, that they have to be the parent in situations where the
Yes.
parent doesn't speak the language.
Yes.
And being the one to tell your mom that she has cancer from her doctor, I was just like, this girl
Yeah.
needs a break. She needs someone to pay all of her bills. She
Yeah.
deserves someone who's going to massage her feet. Like, I'm like, all the stuff that I said about like traditional values, I'm like, I don't care. Like,
Yes.
don't let her lift a finger for the rest of her life.
And
She's-
Jed is going to do that for
and he's
her.
going to do it. Yeah.
And like, so I guess, and the big thing that kept coming up is like, they've never had a row. They've never had an argument. And it
Who
does
cares?
seem like something comes up in the last episodes. Do I think it's going to do anything? Like, no. I
No.
mean, there is also such a thing in such a short period of time where it's like, these two really actually just really like each other.
Yeah,
they're easygoing, and like for someone like me who's like totally fiery and like
Yeah.
ready to fight, it's like we would be fighting on day 3, but like
Some
we would
people
be fighting in the pods 100%, but like they're not like that.
No, and like that's okay. That's where it's always annoying when that's the criticism of a couple where it's like, well, you haven't had a fight yet. It's like they haven't had a fight, but they've talked about hard stuff.
Yes.
And they're just both not fighters. Like
They're
'cause-
willing to compromise from one another. It's like both of them doing that for each other. Like there are good things like this that
Yeah.
exist.
you don't have to make each other cry to know that the person's the one. Like,
Yes. Yes.
I totally agree. 'Cause I'm like also kind of a fighter, and I'm from like a fighting family.
Yeah.
Like we'll just like blow it up and then be over it the next second.
Right.
And Ethan's just not a fighter, and I was just like, why won't he argue with me? And it's like, I'm being toxic. Like, don't force
Yeah,
people to argue with you. Like,
Let's break the cycle
Yeah, just
a little
don't
bit.
have
like
to.
I know it's like us as viewers. It's like, oh, they're such a toxic match. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, things are too good between them. It's
yeah,
like,
we
come
can't
on.
win. We can't be happy. Like, We can't be happy.
Okay, but talk about toxic.
I
Billy
knew
and Ashley.
watching them food shop, I go, oh, Indra's upset because this is one of Indra's pet peeves is when people on the show are so particular about the way they eat. That's like her nightmare is living with someone who's obsessed with macros. And I was like, oh, Indra hates Billy right now.
I hate Billy, but like, do you
I
not
hate him.
hate him too?
Shaming her about the fucking cake. She's not one of your physical, like, whatever,
No.
your physical training clients. She's a naturally skinny gal who likes to eat cake when she's sad. Let her have a fucking cake.
No, I mean, Patrick said this, and it's so true. It's like, how sad is it to see a woman who's actually created a healthy relationship with food where she doesn't feel ashamed about the things she's eating, and this man is telling her that she's wrong.
Such a good point. Like, we never get to see a healthy relationship with food. And here's Billy being like, well, I can't have sugar because I can't tell my clients that, you know, they shouldn't be eating it. You shouldn't be telling people to cut foods out, point blank, period. Like, that's not sustainable at all. Like, if you don't have any room for that flexibility, you're not a very good trainer. Like,
no. And I mean, it's like the discussion I think they were having in the shop was, she was like, I want to have these treats in the house.
Yeah.
And he's like, if they are around, I will eat them.
yeah.
So we can't have them. And it's just like, there's this, and like, Ashley's brought it up a couple times now, how she's unsure about how inflexible he is when it comes to certain things, not just food.
Mm-hmm.
Like doing the dishes immediately after you eat or blah, blah, blah. And like, I think she knows deep down that these are like really actually big lifestyle things. I mean, the way you eat is such a huge part of your life that if you're in constant conflict with the person you're living with over this essential part of life, like you're constantly in conflict, basically.
Yeah, because unfortunately for a lot of working couples, one of the few times you get to see each other during the day is having dinner together.
Is that a meal?
And, you know, she's like, I can't just have it be mince. Like, you know, mince meat all the time. Like, I need to, like, eat some variety. I need to have dessert. Like, if I've had a bad day, I just want to have a piece of cake. Like, and to not have that at all in your life, it's like,
oh, and the way he was like, he picked up the cake and was like 650 calories, blah, blah. Again, I'm just like, do not bring these things up, because she insinuated that she had some issues maybe with food at one point.
Yeah, that she couldn't, she's very skinny. She couldn't keep weight on. And so food was a way that she could like power her body.
Right.
And gain weight to a place where she felt comfortable looking at herself, because she felt like she was too skinny before.
Yeah.
And so she eats food because she really likes it and it makes her feel good to be the weight that she is. And he's like,
that's not okay.
like, she shouldn't be, she's not a person who has to wash her weight. Like, she made it to 30 and she's still a beanpole. Like, she's lucky. Like, leave her alone.
No, I know. And again, it's just like, do not, like, this culture of shaming women in particular. Like, she is a rare case.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're even going to ruin this.
Yeah.
Like, can we just have one nice thing? Like, I don't know. Billy is not it.
It's not it. And like, we don't see her dad too much, but I can tell like from his haircut that he's like a pretty chill guy. So I feel like the guy in her life is not like this at all.
Ashley's dad's hair was one of my favorite things of this entire season.
Loved it.
I was obsessed with this man. Like, the whole interaction was incredible. It was amazing. It's also like, it was also very telling when they went to see Billy's mom and sister, and they were like, Billy, we brought you some fruit. Like, you know, it's like everyone around him knows that he's like this. And I'm just like, I don't know. It just seems very core to Ashley's identity that she can like experience her life and her like life as a person who eats food in a certain way.
I mean, me too. Yeah.
And it's like, if that's what he wants, like, okay, that drives me insane. You're totally right, Mary. I was like, fuck this dude just from that. I understand that that's how some people do things, and that's okay. Like, whatever. That's your choice. But, like, they need to recognize that this is a huge problem.
They have to, if you're going to be like that with food, you have to marry someone who's also like that. Like,
Yes.
especially if
It's your whole
not-
lifestyle.
Yeah, it's not just I have to live this way. It's, well, it can't be in the house at all.
Yes.
It's like I don't actually have willpower around it. I just
Yeah.
don't let myself have it. So now you can't have it. And it's like she's already starting her life with so many no's. She can't have the job that she wants.
Right.
Because you can't trust that she'll be faithful to you in the sky or whatever the fuck else. And now she can't eat the way that she's used to or even have that food in the house. Like, she's going to look forward to you being gone so she can have her snacks when you're not there.
No, I mean, ultimately, and I said this when we were watching it, and it really, all of these things, the cabin crew thing, the food, all of it, it boils down to control. Billy
Yeah.
wants to control his partner and everything about their lives.
Yeah.
And Ashley is stepping out of that in certain ways, and he's now trying to rein those things in a controlled way.
Yeah.
And like, Billy needs to do some work around that to be
Yeah.
able to really let it go. Like him sitting there and saying in a conversation the next day, like, I can let there be sweets in the house. Like, I'm sorry, I did not believe him for a second
No.
when he said that. Like, you did not just change your entire way of being in one day for this woman. And like the fact, I think that plays a lot into his, like, I'm not sure if I'm going to say yes or not
Yeah.
now. And Ashley was so hurt by that, and she should have been. And I'm just like, Ashley, I know there are so many things in your gut telling you that this isn't right, that like, I wish she could just write him a note and leave too. Like, Katisha.
I know. I feel like she needed him to be 100% sure in that moment because she's not. And
She's not.
And she won't admit that she's not. And like, I just hope they don't get married because
Ooh, they will get divorced. They will get divorced if they got married.
Yeah.
Like, there's too many like big lifestyle things, and it's not just the food. It's like
no.
general control over how you live your life. Like, Ashley's pretty fucking chill.
Yeah.
I actually like have liked her more and more as the season has gone on.
She's just funny. I mean, she was at it again with her, like, you sure you picked the right guy, Katisha? Like, she was just.
She's stirring the pot.
She's serving such like a producer role in a
Yes.
way.
Yes. No. She's wonderful.
I like her too. Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. So we're recording on Wednesday. Actually, the last episodes have dropped. So next
I don't
week.
know if the reunion dropped today or just.
Wait, I thought you said they weren't getting a reunion.
No, Love Island UK is not, but Love is Blind UK
Oh,
is.
Love Island UK is not getting a reunion. That's kind of rare, huh?
I don't think they had one last year either, but I thought that was because it was just such a stinker. But I don't know.
Actually, no. I don't think I've ever watched a Love Island UK reunion now that I think about it.
I can't remember the last time I did either. Let me.
Okay,
check
but they are
Netflix.
doing a Love is Blind reunion.
Yeah, they were filming
Okay.
it.
I
Let me see
want
if
that.
They dropped it.
I was going to say, when I thought it was the opposite earlier, I was like, oh, I'm actually kind of
Oh yeah, especially because it's been a year. It
Yeah,
kind
so
of
much
works that
happens.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, like so many updates. And
So the reunion's not up.
Okay, so we will be covering the finale next week. We
Yeah.
will be covering the finale of Bachelor in Paradise next week, and hopefully that's it.
Yeah, I think.
And
that'll
then
be
maybe
it.
the week after that, all we have is the reunion of Love is Blind. Maybe
Yeah.
it won't be out yet. I don't know.
It probably will.
Yeah, it probably will.
It seems
Yeah.
like weekly drops, but we'll see.
Right. And then down the line, September is going to pick up with Love Island Games and Love is Blind Denver.
And then we'll get Love Island Australia eventually.
Right. And then Love Island All Stars, but that's into next year. I just feel like you never know what else could pop up at this point, too.
Who knows?
Like, there could just be some other knockout hit that, I don't know.
And at some point, I gotta find time to become a mom. in
Yes,
there, so
and
we'll figure
Mary's
that
having
out.
babies, and like, come on, everybody. So, I honestly, I'm ready for things to slow down.
Yeah,
It's been a lot. I mean, even
Yeah.
just the fact that we have to have 3 deep discussions about different shows on one
Yeah.
episode, like, it's a lot.
And It was crazy that like this week, I almost texted you being like, I'm actually excited to talk about the shows. Like I'm always excited to
Yes.
talk to you and come on here and shoot the shit, but I was like excited to talk about the content.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's sad. I haven't felt that in weeks. That's crazy.
I know there was so many like downer situations, but it was like, yeah, including Bachelor in Paradise gave us a good episode this week. So
Yeah, they stepped it up just in time to end.
just in time. Okay, well, that's it for us this week. We'll be back next week. There's not much more to say.
And that's
I'm
it.
tired.
Yeah, Indra has a lot to do.
No, but I'm not pregnant, so I'm not complaining.
No, it's all right. I don't get a monopoly on being tired. We can all be tired.
Okay. Well, thank you all so much for listening, and we will catch you next week.
Yay. Cheers,
lovers.
Thanks for listening to Can I Steal You for a Minute? Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, and if you like the show, please leave a rating and review. Follow us on social media at Can I Steal You for a Minute Pod, and support the show through Patreon at patreon.com/Can I Steal You for a Minute.